It's Adopt a Rabbit Month. At Holistic Vet Blend, we like to highlight rescues and the great work that they do. I'm looking forward to introducing you to Linda of Too Many Bunnies Rescue in Los Angeles. She brought some special friends for us to meet. Find out what it means to be bunny drunk when we get back. I'd like to introduce Linda, who is an animal rescuer of rabbits. And what we'd like to do is talk about the importance of nutrition to prevent disease. Because there's no better example than rabbits when it comes to how to prevent disease, because many of the problems that they have come down to diet. So we're going to tell some stories today and talk about nutrition and animal rescue. And I'd like Linda to share a little bit about how she got involved in animal rescue and maybe like the biggest problem that you're seeing and when bunnies come to you with health issues.
Great. Thanks for having me. My name's Linda, and I'm from Too Many Bunnies Rabbit Rescue in Los Angeles. And we've done basically 100 bunnies at a time for about the last 20 years. And I came into rabbit rescue because there's not enough of us, and too many people are buying these little pets, which are exotic animals, on impulse. And then they're learning the hard way that if you don't know what you're doing with a rabbit, it is the most expensive pet, not only to feed, but to vet. And if you do know what you're doing, it's fantastic.
You can prevent so many of the problems that they have.
Prevention and sustainability are the name of the game here. We want you to be able to care for your pet joyfully so you don't resent it and it doesn't resent you for its entire lifespan. Would you say that a majority of the problems that you see relate to nutrition and how they're fed? I actually would. That and how they're bred. Those would go hand in hand.
So here we are. This is Hope. And she's a blood donor, and isn't she just gorgeous? And who is this one?
So this guy unfortunately does not have a name. He's from one of my educational programs. Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll talk about him later.
So we're going to talk about the number one issue in rabbit health and nutrition. That's a little warning. I don't know. Somebody's upset.
No, we're over here.
Oh,
maybe
what's this?
Over here.
Oh, no, it's okay. All right, this is an angora. And okay, so basically we're having a little bunny party here. So what would you say is the number one issue as far as nutrition goes with these rabbits?
Feeding, hay, and water. So people don't give enough of either of those two things. So the first thing to understand about a rabbit is that a 5-pound rabbit, which that's 4 pounds in your arms. Okay, this is 19 pounds.
Wow.
This is about 6 pounds here. So your standard rabbit is 4 to 6 pounds. Wants as much water as a 20-pound dog.
Wow. So
that means when we're giving our rabbits a dish of water, it's not this little dish. It's that big giant dish over there. And we want to fill that thing all the way and keep it clean. And we never ever want to use a water bottle, because the slime that grows on the inside of those water bottles and in the nipple is what grows bladder stones and the bacteria that causes them in the rabbit. So, and that will kill your bunny. And if it doesn't kill your bunny, a vet like you is going to have to do a very expensive surgery.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, a lot of the issues that you see could be prevented if people fed the proper hay and avoided like the supplements, that all the little fake berries and things and seeds that go in the foods.
These little animals are actually most closely related to a horse. They have the same digestive system. And so we need to stop looking in the pet store and start looking at the feed store where they sell feed for horses. And if you do that, you can get a lot better quality for a lot lower price.
So you could basically buy a larger bale of hay versus, like you said, a rabbit eats how much hay would this rabbit eat in a day?
The standard rabbit wants to eat his body size in greens and hay every day. So we say unlimited hay and unlimited greens because they graze. So if you have a rabbit this size, you want to, in his cage should be at least a fresh pile of hay, the same size as him, every single day. And we also talk about their feet and the bedding. Rabbits should never be on wire floors. So again, this hay is going to be his bedding as well. So if we go to where we buy hay for horses here in Los Angeles, it costs $28 for a bale. So this here is 1/6 of a bale of hay. And it'll last a very long time. At my rescue, we sell this for 20 bucks. Now, those of you who are going to the pet store have probably figured out that you get this much hay, like a loaf of bread size, for about $7 in the pet store. That is not sustainable. You know, if you're going to have these rabbits for, 12 years is about their life now.
So what do you think are some good things about having a rabbit as a pet? Like what are the, you love rabbits obviously, but what do you think are the big pluses? I know it's a commitment and they can live for a long time if you care for them properly, but what makes rabbits such great pets?
First, you need to understand that these are exotic, which clearly you understand this as a vet. They're like horses, tiny portable horses. What I think is great about them is they don't bark. And they're crepuscular, which means that they're sleeping through the day and the night. So when you're at work and when you're sleeping, guess what? Your bunny's sleeping too. When you are up and active in the morning, there's your rabbit going, hey, do you have a treat for me? And when you come home, he wants to hop on the couch and be with you. So that's a lovely thing versus, say, a hamster, which is nocturnal. That's not any fun and it's stressful for the hamster. Or a guinea pig that you sort of can't litter box train a guinea pig. And some people don't like the noise they make.
Right. So Hope is actually litter box trained, right?
Basically, any rabbit can be litter box trained if you fix it. Because naturally, as prey animals, they do not like to poop near where they live because they don't want to bring predators to that space. And that's a sure sign that you got rabbits near if you have a bunch of rabbit poops.
Oops. Here's a velveteen bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Is he nice?
So basically you can litter box train these guys. So, Yep. So lots of these guys are flooding the shelters right now because the pandemic, people adopted animals and a lot of people are breeding these exotic bunnies and they come with exotic problems, which
exotic price tags
Linda is dealing with.
Yeah.
But tell me about this little guy. Like where did he come from and how did he end up in the shelter?
This guy and his sister here were on the kill list at the Baldwin Park Animal Shelter in Los Angeles. And these are what I would call, sorry baby, super exotic bunnies. These are Rexes. You can see their coat is like velvet. This is all undercoat. There's no longer guard hairs here. So people call this the poodle of the rabbit world because there's less fur and less things to be allergic to on it. But we also need to understand with these that their feet have fur on the bottom and not pads. So this rabbit has less protection on the bottom of its feet. So we have to be extra careful with these Rexes, again, to have extra hay and extra soft things on the bottom of their living area.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about this little angora here.
So this is the opposite of a Rex rabbit. This is an angora. And this little shmoo has 4 coats of fur. So every 3 months, this rabbit molts. Rabbits don't shed, they molt like birds molt. So they blow their coats like a bird will blow its feathers. And it is a lot of fur. And these things get matted up. So what'll happen with these guys is the flies will lay eggs in their mats if you let them get outside and dirty. So really, rabbits are not outside pets. These little Rexes, because they only have 1 coat of fur, and these ones because they have too many coats of fur.
And so tell us a little bit about Hope here, your blood donor.
So Hope is very large. She's 5 years old, and Hope comes from a domestic violence situation. So in rescue, we are oftentimes working with, enforcement of different kinds. And when kids leave homes, so do animals. And so Miss Hope here came to us, people had picked her up wrong. So when when you don't support the back feet on a rabbit, they can rip through here, through their abdomen, and get a hernia. So she had one of those. And she also had mange and secondary ear infections. So we have to really watch her going forward for her whole life, because she has an infection in the bones of her face that she'll be on and off antibiotics. But the good news about that is, because she is on and off antibiotics and we keep her perfect, Hope, also being as large as she is the ideal blood donor bunny when smaller bunnies like this Lop here have to go for surgery. Because here in Los Angeles, we have a Lop breeder who's very famous and has 400 rabbits in their stable at a time. Oops. And they're breeding liver lobe torsion into their Lops.
Oh.
So those are surgeries that need blood donors.
So Hope is in line to help whenever needed.
So Hope, what'll happen is the rabbit will be getting rushed to the hospital. And I'll get the call, and Hope will be getting rushed to the hospital.
Oh.
And we'll get there to the clinic together.
Great. So tell us about some other friends here. What about this little guy? Is he a dwarf? Or is he
So this is interesting that you're wondering, even you, the vet. This is a dwarf. You're saying about Linda.
A little mega dwarf.
This is big. It's not a mega dwarf, Dody. It's a standard size dwarf.
Okay.
9 out of 10 bunnies don't live through, because of usually diet, they don't live through their first year of life. But the thing about rabbits is that in their second year of life, if it's 2 pounds at the end of year 1, it's going to get half again its weight. So it'll be 3 pounds at the end of year 2. So this is a solid 3.5 pound little bunny who's a healthy dwarf who's about probably 5 or 6 years old now.
Wow.
So when you're looking for little bunnies, you have to understand that if you feed these, they grow. You know, if you're taking proper care of them.
And these guys, if I'm correct, they have a lot of dental issues, usually, these dwarfs.
So this
correct?
little flat face is an issue here. We were joking yesterday with a baby that it looked like it ran into the back of a bus. And these guys have the same number of teeth that humans do. So they still need to fit in here. And the difference is that their teeth are growing half an inch a month. So again, let's just go back to this.
You gotta
super
grind
important.
those teeth down.
Yeah.
You gotta be chewing on those, on that hay.
Yeah.
So, any other stories here?
Oh, there are so many stories here. So many.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring these guys over here because I wanted to show everybody what a low vet bill and a long, healthy life looks like.
Aww.
It looks like this.
Aww.
So this is a standard black bunny. Isn't she adorable? This is Luna. And Luna's never, ever going to be a problem. She just got fixed. You can feel her belly's naked.
So how long have you had her?
I've had her for about a month. Miss Luna was running out in the streets in Riverside with 3 other bunnies.
Aww.
And this is one of them. This is Spark. So this guy, the marks on him, this is English spot markings. But he's your standard spotted bunny. I think what you want, in my humble opinion, after having been doing this for a lot of years, is you want to go with something that looks as close to a wild bunny as possible.
Yep.
Because humans we don't design as well as the creator of the universe.
Yes.
We don't do it as good of a job. And every time we're messing with the coat or the face shape, we're also, Temple Grandin says when you mess with the outside of a rabbit, you mess with the inside. Or the outside of an animal, you mess with the inside. And I believe that lady's kind of smart.
Yeah, I think she is kind of smart.
Kind of smart, and she knows what she's talking about. So if you want an easily litter box trainable, bright little bunny, just get yourself a standard rabbit.
So the less you fuss with nature, the better, basically.
The more you get away from nature, like with the blue eyes here on this and the loppy ears, the weirder you get, the more you're going to be visiting your vet.
More problems. So anyway, what we're trying to do is prevent problems before they happen. But how can people get in touch with you if they're interested in adopting?
I'm Linda. Oh, nope, not anymore. I'm not. I'm toomanybunnies@gmail.com. And you can email me.
Okay,
and I will answer.
We'll put a link in below so you can contact her if you're interested in a bunny. But thank you so much for what you do. I'm thinking there's so much negativity in the world, so it's just so wonderful.
Are you feeling the endorphins?
Oh, yes.
The science of it is that you're getting an endorphin rush.
Yes, and this Hope bunny she's just so gorgeous, and just holding this animal is just like
See,
it brings back my childhood.
This is why we want one. You asked me why we want one. It's this.
Yes,
so you're
yes,
in Rabbit
no.
Rescue. We call you bunny drunk.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm bunny drunk. But anyway, I just I want to just get the word out that these animals are in the shelter and they need you. I just think too it's wonderful for children to experience having an animal. That they realize is a commitment, that they actually take care of themselves every day and buy the food and see that it's a commitment, but that commitment can give so much back to you.
Yeah.
But
can we talk real quickly? Just say spay and neuter, spay and neuter, spay and neuter. A rabbit is a bad pet when it's not spayed or neutered, and you want to.
Yep. Because they do bond, correct?
They do better with buddies. They're used to living in family groups.
And they do make good house pets, correct?
Fantastic.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, and we will thank you for sharing your knowledge, and connect with Linda if you know anyone that she's got a stable of wonderful little critters out there, and just remember, take care of your pets as holistically as possible with nutrition. And please subscribe to our channel to learn more about holistic care and disease prevention, especially with nutrition and how to keep your pet healthy holistically.